Hello guys, a warm welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be discussing a very important topic from class 11 NCERT biology, and that is the generation of nerve impulse. So let us consider a neuron which is in resting state. Now what is meant by this resting state? As all of you know, the main function of a neuron is conduction of nerve impulse. Now if it is not conducting any impulse, we can say it is in resting state. During resting state, there is chemical disparity in between the intracellular fluid and the extracellular fluid, which is separated by the cell membrane. The inside of the cell is negatively charged, while as the outside of the cell is positively charged. This is mainly due to the selective nature of the cell membrane. At resting stage, the cell membrane is permeable to potassium in large amounts and relatively impermeable to sodium. As a result,
loads of sodium ions outside the cell and loads of potassium ions inside the cell.
so due to accumulation of this sodium outside the cell, there is a positivity outside the cell, and the cell membrane is also impermeable to negatively charged anions present inside the cell membrane, and as a result of presence of this negatively charged anions, the
Inside of the cell membrane is negatively charged.
so if we just know the value, that is during the resting membrane potential, it is around minus 70 millivolt during resting stage. As the cell is polarized, this is also known as the polarized stage or resting stage. Now we will apply a stimuli to the neuron at this point. Alright, so when we will apply stimuli, there will be opening of sodium channels. These sodium channels will cause the influx, that is the entry of sodium into the neuron. Due to the entry of more and more sodium, the inside of the cell becomes positive at this part and the outside of the cell becomes negative at this part. So we can say the cell is depolarized because the cell at resting stage is generally negative, but now it is positive. So at the depolarized stage, the membrane potential is plus 35 millivolt. Now as soon as the influx of sodium takes place, it is followed by efflux of potassium ions. Alright, potassium ions, that is the exit of potassium ions, this value which was acquired during depolarization, it will steadily move towards negative value and it will gradually become minus 90 millivolt in neurons. So now the entire process is graphically depicted. This, where you are seeing minus 70 is written, this represents the resting membrane potential. Now as I've already explained, if you are applying a stimulus, there will be opening of sodium gated channels, and entry of more and more sodium will result in the decreasing of negativity of the membrane, and as a result slowly it will become plus 35 millivolt. After the process of depolarization is over, there will be opening of potassium channels, and this will result in the efflux
of potassium ions. These potassium ions
will cause not only repolarization, but it will also cause hyperpolarization, which I have drawn in yellow. You can see the hyperpolarization will result in the membrane potential going as low as minus 90 millivolt. Now Now I'll just tell you why there is hyperpolarization. During depolarization, we have mentioned that there is opening of sodium channels which results to the influx, and while during repolarization there is efflux of potassium ions. The sodium channels are open for a little less time than the potassium ions. The potassium ions are open for a long period of time. As a result, there is not only repolarization but there is also hyperpolarization up to minus 90 millivolt. So with this I end my video, guys. If you liked it, hit the like, share, and obviously don't forget to subscribe my channel.